You are listening to the Built to Grow podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, in studio, Scottsdale, Arizona, on a bright and shiny sunny day. I guess what day is it? That's the thing. What day is it anymore? It's
man.
Tuesday, our day. Anyways, joined in person with the Commando of Conquer, Randy Inkson. What's up, feller?
Hey, brother.
Hey, man.
It is a beautiful day.
So we're still doing these podcasts in studio. Shh, don't tell anybody. But we do have some guests coming on, and we are going to do some Zooms. So got some cool guests coming up. I'm lining up Martin Rooney and then, Dr. John Berardi will be on our next show. So some cool stuff coming up. But today's episode's really to kind of give you the broad stroke overview of what we're doing here.
Yep.
You know, who we are again. We have listeners coming in at every kind of episode. There's a couple new listeners coming in every single time. And as you guys share this, people are like, well, wait a minute, what's this? Who's this for? What's this about? And talking to our podcast coaches as well as some other people, they're like, hey, why don't you just do a quick show about, who you serve, what you do, and, how people can work with you. So I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're now, 100 plus, almost over 110 episodes in.
This is 113.
Yeah. And we've been at it now over a year. And so I think that it's only appropriate that we kind of, pick up the ball for those that might not have started at the beginning and just kind of let everyone know, who we are, like you said, who we're here to serve and the direction that we're headed. So
yeah, because coming into a podcast show, that's got 100 episodes, you don't really know where to start, and usually you just start at the latest one.
Sure.
That's at least what I do.
Yep.
I mean, there's podcasts that I've tuned into that have like 800 episodes. I'm like, I'm not going to go back to number one. So what's the most relevant thing? So I think this is a perfect opportunity. Episode 113. Let's jump out and talk about what our mission is and what our philosophies are and everything. So, in a nutshell, and you hear it on the intro of every time you listen to this podcast, our mission is to help gym owners win. And
yes.
We say win because winning for us and for the guy down the street and the guy in Texas and Washington and Australia, the winnings could be different for
subjective.
everybody.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I would tell you that we feel like winning is, at least from our standpoint, is that you've got a business that operates without you. You're making money. It's supporting your lifestyle. You have time to do what you love. And, all those other things could happen too. But to me, that's in general what most people want. When they listen to the show, when they work with us in person, those are the kind of things that they want.
Yeah, I would say that we're heavily invested, or our belief systems really run true to that entrepreneurial spirit, right? We want to build a business that's not only there to serve, and obviously we care about our clients and the result, but ultimately that business is there because it is a vessel for you and the quality of life that it provides. And, time freedom, financial freedom, these should be aspects and goals and desires of a business owner, in our opinion. And so, yeah, we're here to help you guys deliver, or we want to deliver value in ways that you can pick up that information, take it back to your lives, hopefully implement the work, and receive some of that result.
Perfect. And while this podcast, what do we call? Well, this is a podcast. It's not a station. It's not an episode. It's a what? Channel?
Yeah, I think.
Podcast channel. Yeah, that's a good question. Show.
I mean, it's a show.
This show is really geared towards gym owners. However, we've had many business owners, quote unquote, business owners in different industry getting amazing value from this because, the principles that we talk about, they're universal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I would tell you the foundation of really where this podcast started, it was really from the book. I wrote a book, Built to Grow, and that's what the show is named after. And within those 12 chapters of that book, we did a show on each chapter. And one of the biggest chapters was are you a business owner? Mm-hmm. And it goes back to Robert Kiyosaki and his cash flow quadrant, and where we've got this 4 quadrants of, where do you fall on the quadrant? Are you an employee? Are you self-employed? Are you a business owner? Or are you an investor? And each one of those quadrants takes different skill sets. It's a different person. It's a different point in your life sometimes. You can't normally just become an investor from the day you start unless you were just inherited money and then you invest it. So it's just kind of like path of travel that where we see the majority of the people coming into the show, they're either self-employed or they're an employee. and they're looking to become a business owner.
Yes.
And really the quick and dirty definition is self-employed means maybe you own the business, but you own a job that requires you to be involved at all aspects in order to make revenue and a profit. The business owner owns the business, and the business has systems that run and generate a profit with or without the business owner.
Yes.
And that's really the foundation of a lot of what we talk about in the shows, because it was always my goal to not have to come in and run the show and have it almost like, think about it like an investment or a stock that pays you dividends.
Sure.
But I'm as involved or not as involved as I want to be at any given time.
You nailed it when you said have to. And that's really what it comes down to, right? It's the choice of what areas of the business do you want to be in, to what degree, how many hours a week do you want to be in that business. And absolutely, I mean, I don't care. This business, I think you have a desire to have your hand in it. Still, the fitness, your gym side, you have a desire to maintain some of that level and continue to grow and prosper and impress upon that business, right? You bring gifts that, Zach can learn from, your team can learn from, and that's, as a leader, that's what you're there to provide.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you want to take a vacation, if your daughter's sick, or whatever life throws at you, and you decide that, hey, my time needs to be spent or is better spent somewhere else, you have the systems and the staffing structure in place to allow that. And that's truly, to kind of drive that point home, that's exactly what we want to help entrepreneurs, especially in the gym world, be able to create for themselves.
Yeah, and it's a really good feeling when you get to that point, because it wasn't always that way.
Sure. Oh yeah.
I mean, we're 10 years into this, going into 11 almost. This will be 11th year. It took several years to even know what the hell I wanted to do with the business.
Sure.
And so,
and it probably can. I mean, it's changed a couple times, and it might change in the future, right? Obviously,
it's going to change rapidly.
Yeah.
I can't wait to share this with everybody. But I've got some cool stuff in the works that some of my close circle know about, and the Iron Circle knows about. But it's starting to formulate right now.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's a cool time for it too. Perfect time for it.
Perfect time. So that is the essence of what the show's about. Helping gym owners win, becoming business owners, having a vessel that, is their business that then they can use to fulfill their lifestyle goals. Okay?
Absolutely.
We're not the get rich quicks guys. We're the hard work guys in the systems.
Systems.
Yeah. And, it's not as unsexy as it is. If you think about this coming from like you as the gym owner working with clients in your gym, like the ones that want to lose weight, you would obviously tell them there's no magic bullet for weight loss. It takes hard work. It takes discipline. It takes systems.
And time.
The same thing goes with your business.
Yes.
And so for a gym owner to come in and be like, hey, I want this magic bullet, you're not thinking about it the right way. Just think about what it takes to lose body fat and weight and build muscle. It's the same concept when it comes to your business, okay?
It's really interesting, maybe because we both know what it takes to get that result in the gym.
Yeah.
As we coach other business owners, it is so similar in the way that you do the coaching. It's yes, I understand this is where we want to be, but let's understand what it's going to take to get there. And at the end of the day, it's a constant reaffirmation of, if you're not willing to do the work, don't expect the result. And so it's really cool how both sides of the business carry over. But to kind of talk about or get into the things that we do discuss, I was just kind of thinking about it as you were talking through kind of who we are and what we do. This is a very entrepreneurial. If you're in any service-based business, you could probably take almost any single episode that we've had and pull value from, as long as you can understand the difference between how to take an offer and tweak what we're delivering in the fitness space and make it unique to your business. Definitely. The systems that we talk about, our coaching program. I mean, we could probably take people in other service-based businesses and put them right through our coaching program, and they would see a similar result to our fitness clients, just because, again, we're not, our podcast is not going to be the one where we're talking about the latest, greatest trend in diets or nutrition or the workouts or equipment. Like, that's not what we're here for. We are here to talk about the business, and those things carry over. And so just talking about some of the guests, or running through some of the guests that we've had on here, we've talked with tax strategists like Shauna. We just had Adam
real estate attorney.
He's a real estate attorney. Like these are conversations that pretty much any business, let alone service-based business, can really pull from. And so, if you guys have people outside of the fitness industry that you think could benefit from this, plug them into it. We love to help individuals get to those that next step in their their lives, and that's really what we're here for.
And of all the things that we do, this podcast always seems the most natural and the easiest to do. It's because we enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And it comes back to the fact that we're here to help people, and if we always just kind of lean on that, like what would I want to hear if I was the gym owner right now? And we're doing that, and we get awesome feedback, and thank you so much for everybody that leaves reviews, and we need more. Obviously, share this, review it, give us a nice little post there. If you have questions, that's also another place where people can ask questions in the reviews and stuff on iTunes. It seems like iTunes is like
it's a spot,
the gold standard for all that stuff. Okay, so that's who we are. Now, how can we help you as a listener, as a gym owner that's trying to navigate, whether or not you're shut down or not? I mean, you're going to open up again, and there's going to be some things that need to have to happen. And we've narrowed and streamlined all of our products down into really 3 things. Okay, and I'll start at the lowest one. The lowest one is our GPS. Our GPS is growth plan strategy. It is a 365-day tactical marketing portal that you have access to assets, funnels, Facebook ads, both internal, external, online and offline marketing.
Yes.
That's really where we started at ProFit in 2015, when we started ProFit. We were really focused on marketing, funnels, Facebook ads, and we grew that, and we took strategies that, not only our gym, but other gyms that we've worked with have been using, and we bundled them up into a portal, a do-it-yourself portal. That's for the gym owners. Like, I've got the time, and I want to build marketing for my own gym, and I want to have a plan. I don't want to have to guess what I'm doing next month.
Yep.
I've got the quarterly calendar, and I can get things into place way in advance. That way you can continuously market while you're still running your operation.
Exactly. And awesome things there, right? So those assets have equated to, the last time I think we were doing the math, somewhere around, we estimate like about $10 million in personal training sales revenue. That's huge. We know that these assets work. We built a business that was heavily dependent upon those assets for a long time. Our clients' businesses obviously reap that reward of those new clients and so forth. But there are somewhere over, there's 50 different strategies found in there, all for one. It's a low cost per month, month to month.
Monthly rate, $497 if you're wondering. You can go to profitgps.net, pick that up. Okay, so that's our marketing leg. Middle of the road, I guess, our center tier option, which is broken down into 3 options within itself, is our automation. Our automation, I guess, system. I don't know.
Sure.
We call it our client lifecycle automation. It really is a very powerful tool in the fact that you can plug this into your gym. It will take the tasks of the manual tasks, the repetitive things, outreach, follow-up, engagement, done through email, text, and voicemail, all built into a system that I've figured out every possible situation where a lead can come in and a lead can exit, and somewhere somebody could fall out, and I've buttoned up every hole in the entire system. There's no way anybody can fall out of the system.
The steel trap.
And, yeah, that's one piece of it, is the steel trap, is getting people to book appointments. And for those of you that have been like losing leads, they get a lead and you forget to call them, or you don't, you put a sticky note on your desktop and you're like, oh man, I was supposed to call that guy last week. You call him, can't reach him. The automation, client CLA is what we call it, is takes care of all of that.
Yeah.
And if you truly want to invest one time into your business that will pay dividends for 10 years plus, this is the product that you're going to want. So it's our CLA. So we have 3 versions of the CLA. It's a course, which is a do-it-yourself. It's a workshop where we do it as a group. And then we've got the custom where I do it for you. So it's a good, better, best within the CLA. Okay. And you can go to pfmarketingsolutions.com/automation for the workshop. And then we also have clacourse.com. You can see, we'll put all these links in the show notes, and you guys can check that out. So that's our center tier product. So we've got the GPS for the marketing portal. You do it yourself. Everything's there for you. You got the automation, which is broken down into a good, better, best version of the CLA. It's the same product, just delivered 3 different ways. And then our top tier is our private client coaching. That's our 8-week one-on-one coaching where you're working with myself, Randy, Kelly, and we've got a videos, and we do calls every single week, and we deep dive into your specific needs within your business. Within your business, it changes from business to business.
Absolutely.
So I'll give you some great examples of some of the needs that people have come to us that we've solved for them. Number one, we had a CrossFit gym that was struggling to compete in the marketplace. We took a deep dive into their business. We took a look at their staffing plan. We took a look at the offers, the pricing, and we revamped the entire product, what he was doing, which was a service. And we created a business that he now can remove himself. He wanted to stick with sales, so he does sales and the trainers train, and he's got products pricing that is carry. He sent me a screenshot the other day of what his revenue was going to be this year.
Nice.
Obviously, where they're shut down, but all their accounts receivable and everything else. It was, and we worked with him about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 full year ago, he's already doubled his revenue. Okay.
Love it.
So he's doubled his revenue.
And not only that, but I mean, the confusion, the headache, and things like that. I mean, I know exactly who you're talking about, just about their situation, right? And I mean, how many trainers did he have at?
13 trainers.
Yeah, it went from 13 trainers to a couple.
Two.
Yeah, exactly.
3. Yeah.
And so, just a headache for him as far as other aspects of the business that weren't client facing, wasn't his time and demand on the floor, but just operational things. Mm-hmm. And we cleaned up that entire business.
Yep, it was beautiful.
Heavily rooted in what we would call delivery systems, right? The staffing structures and things like that. So,
correct.
Do you want to touch on the different systems that we talk about?
Yeah. Let me do that. I will give you the quote and the reason why he decided to pull the trigger with us, and we can bring him on the show and we can have him tell this for himself. But really, he said, you know what? I've been an athlete my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Our clients at the gym hire us as coaches. I've had coaches my whole life. Why the heck have I not hired a business coach yet? And that's what flipped the switch in his head. And he's like, gosh, what am I doing? I'm trying to learn all this on my own. I'm not a business owner. I've never owned a business before.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's time to invest. And he invested, and he's obviously grown massively since. So, our private client coaching is broken down into really 5 core things. Okay, so the very first thing is mindset.
Yeah,
and that's really where you come in.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about that right now if you want.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, and we talk about this a lot with our clients, and inside of this program and outside of this program, just based upon growth, the information more often than not is out there. The things that keep people moving is not necessarily just the ability to retain or have that information in front of you. A lot of times it's things like the discipline to do the things that you don't want to do on a daily basis, or how to look at your schedule and understand where your time as the owner, as the individual in your business, where your time and your hourly commitment is the most value in your business, where you should be spending that time. So we're going to teach a lot of habits around formulating your day, structuring your day, how to kind of create I think I call it like an insurmountable mindset where, the trials and tribulations kind of start to fade a little bit, and you know what you have to do in order to move the needle. So really just preparing the captain of the ship, if you may, for taking this thing to sea. We need to make sure that you know where you're going, that you've got a clear destination, that you're constantly going back and maintaining course.
Yeah.
And but it comes down to small little habits and actions that you can take on a daily basis that really lead to great results.
Big time. And, mindset's such an important feature that a lot of programs out there, if there are any that I haven't been able to look too much, don't really hit on that much,
Mm-hmm.
Because entrepreneurs typically are self-motivated.
Sure.
But they get in ruts. You get in ruts. You have the tough days, and sometimes that'll throw you off course.
Absolutely.
And that's why we bring mindset into it. So that's the first thing out of 5. Number 2 is attraction systems. Attraction systems really is marketing, if you think about it in a different way. Our whole core mindset around marketing is multiple poles in the water at all times. You can't ever rely on one thing anymore. Facebook was everything, but we've got multiple poles, 4, 5, 6, 7 poles, catching fish, bringing clients in different ways, different mediums, different offers, different areas. That's our attraction systems. Number 2, or really number 3 of the 5 is conversion systems. You have to have a sales process.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you have one salesperson, 5 salespeople, it changes, but you have to make sure that you've got a proven system that you take people through, several steps to get them into the purchase. The purchase happens either online or in person. Typically, in our field, it's in person. Maybe it's online right now with the COVID going on, but you're going to be in person having a conversation.
Yep.
And if you just take every conversation differently, you don't have a set plan, you're going to get unreliable results. And that's really what we teach in our conversion system. At the next system we talk about is delivery. That's really everything within the 4 walls of your business, from staffing structure to programming to what the experience is for that client, from the parking lot all the way through the end of the session, and then those off days. We talk about everything in between. It also talks about having the right people in the right seats on the right bus at any given time, job descriptions, performance reviews, all that fun stuff, bolted into delivery systems. And the last system we talk about is Ascension. Ascension, more or less, if you've heard the term value ladder, is how do you get people into your ecosystem and ascend them all the way up to your highest tier package and get them to stay with you, pay longer, stay longer, and get better results.
Yes.
The higher they ascend, essentially they should get better results.
Yeah.
Yes, they're going to pay more, but they're going to get more of your attention, more of your coach's attention, and they're going to get better results at the end of the day. So people are willing to pay for that. That's your highest tier, highest premium package. But there's a system to get people from A to B.
Absolutely.
Or A to Z, really.
Absolutely. It comes back. I mean, a lot of it just comes back to creating those conversations, right? And in each of these aspects, there's a reason that each of those are systems, not just aspects of the business.
Yeah.
We create a system around it. The sales process, front to back, from the second a lead is generated to the long after actually the consultation and the conversion into a membership happens, is a sales process. The Ascension system. Nobody's going to buy something that they don't know is available. So even when they come into your ecosystem, what systems do you have in place? Again, go back to automation and your CLA. Great place to plug that in. But to plug in that conversation and start to ascend people.
Yep.
Big, heavy. I always say it on every call when I describe our coaching program. Those two things have to happen simultaneously. It's not just about making more money for the business. If you're doing that and you're sending people up and you're making more business, but you're not delivering a better result or a greater result for those clients, ethically, you're really just trying to charge more people for the same thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a true rung on a value ladder. So, but these are systems in place. And one of the powerful aspects of a system is that you have a baseline for measurement. You now can look at your business and you can say, okay, here are my strengths, here are my weaknesses. As a business owner, I know that for me to grow my business, make my business better, more successful, I need to minimize some of these lows, work on these low points, raise that standard, and now you've got a better run business.
Yep. And so those are our 3, right? So we have GPS at the lower end. The middle of the road is our automation, and then our top program technically is our private client coaching. That's our value ladder. Okay, and so those are our 3 tiers. And so a lot of people get some confusion. We don't pitch a lot. I mean, we let you know about things that we're doing, but I felt like this episode was a real good time to explain how we can work with you to help you win. I mean, at the end of the day, any of those 3 things are going to help you win, just different ways. Depends on what your needs are today. I think every client, every gym owner could benefit from all 3 of them, but really our private client coaching is going to be our premium thing. And we have ways to bundle these things in and finance them over the year, and all this stuff is kind of, we can help you with the financing. I don't think money should ever be the reason why you don't work with us. So we've got financing options and everything else in there. We want to make sure we can help you. In every different thing is going to be different for every gym.
Yeah.
We don't have a cookie cutter thing. I mean, I would tell you our automation, as cookie cutter as that can be, that's still custom all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many things all over the place in that. And that's what I love. I mean, I love the strategy around, different gyms' unique situations and how to solve big problems.
I think that's like part of the thing that we get up. That is our challenge in business that we really enjoy, is that result, that aha, that breakthrough, that You know, when our clients see that because of something that we've come up with that can help them move.
That's so cool.
It's why we do that. Yeah.
You know, and a while back we were really focused on marketing.
Oh, yes.
And this is really the story of how we transitioned into offering these other things. Was we were solving the problem for a lot of gyms as far as what they felt like their problems were, and what that was leads. It was always, hey, I need more leads. If I just have more leads, more consultations, everything would be fixed.
If you get them in, I'll close them.
That was the story that you told yourself, but what you told us as clients of ours. And after doing that for several years, we realized most of those gyms were in the same exact place year after year after year, even after all the wonderful leads and funnels that we put together and drove business in. We figured out we're not solving the right problem.
Correct.
And more of a challenge for us, for myself, is I enjoy solving big problems. And generating leads was not a big problem. It's easy to do. Anybody can do it. You know, it's like, it's the offer, it's putting it in the right eyeballs, and things happen. So we wanted to create programs that would solve bigger problems. And we love big problems because big problems are fun to solve. They take our brain power, and I love it. So if you got issues in your gym, don't be afraid to reach out. And like, for instance, that client I was talking about is like, you're telling your clients to hire you as their coach. I'm telling you to hire us as your business coach, because if you don't have a coach, you're kind of just trying to figure it out on your own. And when you hire a coach, you buy time.
I was just going to say the same thing.
You buy time. You streamline, you shortcut the process. Why try to go through all the brain damage it takes to get to a result when somebody's already done it?
And everybody says, you know, the greatest experience is not you out there learning on the road. It's learn from the experience of others that have done it before you. We've been in a lot of businesses with Profit over the last 5 years. The trials and tribulations of growing your facility over the last 10 plus now have taught us a lot of lessons. And these are the lessons that we turn around and we teach our clients. Yep. And that's where that's essentially what part of that pay is going towards, is not having to feel the pain of figuring that out or investing in the marketing for months and months and months to get an answer, or, you know, hey, how many employees should my business have, or all of those things. Like, let us put our eyes on that. That's what we're here for, and let's at least have the conversation. You know what I mean? Let's at least figure out if this is the right match. And that's what we're here for.
I heard a great quote actually yesterday. It says, "When the student is ready, the teacher will appear." And we're not right for everybody. I
Absolutely.
get that. And sometimes you're in a place where you can't even think about hiring a coach yet. But when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Hopefully we're your teacher. I get that. People are in different situations, but there isn't anything that I have seen or haven't seen that I can't solve. Mm-hmm. So if you have some issue, or like, hey, Tim, you present your business to me and you're just stuck, I guarantee I can fix it.
But
I can fix it.
Just for an example right now, I mean, we've got coaching clients, or we've got clients that have pivoted or come away from our last workshop. You know, and then this COVID-19 situation happened, and gyms are closed. The majority of a lot of gym owners have just packed up. You know, they're not even providing any service. Many have pivoted and are offering virtual, but very, very few are utilizing the opportunity to actually grow a business right now. I know we're working with gym owners every single day that are adding $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a week to their business, simply because they've utilized like CLA, they've created a system. They know what they need to do in the marketplace to attract new clients. They've got the systems in their business to support that level of growth. Two, the pivot that, you know, for a lot of gym owners, this is an entirely new pole in the water, a new service. You know, are you going to pivot? Are you going to keep that after you're coming out of this? Like, these are the conversations we're having. Yeah. And all it takes is a little bit of understanding of what's available, but you have to have that desire for growth. You have to have that desire to reach out, ask the question, see if it's right for you. Right now, nobody should be sitting around. Right now is the greatest opportunity to look at the systems of your business, look at your automation setups, look at your marketing campaigns for the rest of the year. Now, granted, you know, some of that's going to change, but if you don't have a game plan for the marketing that you're going to be doing the second that the gyms open back up, you're behind the eight ball. I mean, if that's going to happen next week, you think next week you're going to have time to create those assets? You're going to be a million other places. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we have this conversation with our Iron Circle. That's even another.
I was thinking about talking about that.
Yeah, that's another group that we have available as well. But yes, right now is a perfect opportunity to just look at your business as a whole. Look at the systems. Look at the conversation. And that's what I love about the CLA. And this is why I like where we are today versus strictly in the marketing realm, is because the entire world knows we need new leads. Every business does. But what do you say to that lead once you have it? Who is saying that? Who is having the conversation? What mediums are you using? Like, that's having a system in place for that is invaluable.
Yeah, beautiful. And you touched on Iron Circle, and that's really our elite, that's really for the elite gym owners, and we would define that there's a minimum revenue requirement of 400,000 plus to get in that, but not even that. There's other things that you would need to do to qualify to be in that. That's our mastermind group. We meet twice a year, and you get pretty much everything else we offer as part of being in the Iron Circle. We haven't really opened that up again.
Sure.
Obviously this is a downtime. We were planning on opening that back up in October. If you have interest in that, I'd love to chat with you guys about it. How do people get on a call?
pfmarketingsolutions.com/call.
That makes it easy for you. So when you go to that landing page, you're going to have 3 options presented. Just answer the question. That'll take you into the appointment that you need. And then we take it from there. But really, today's episode was to recap our service, what we're here for, what we do, how we can help you. You're not alone. One of the big things and the big takeaways that you should know is that, as entrepreneurs, a lot of times you look in the mirror and like, I'm by myself here. I've got my family to support. Maybe my spouse is in the business with me. Maybe they're not. But there's a lot of pressure that is inward towards the entrepreneur, the gym owner that took the risk. And I'm here to tell you, you're not alone, because we help entrepreneurs all the time with other entrepreneurs, and we have group coaching. We have all kinds of cool things that we can help you with. You're not alone. There is help. There's people that have done it before you. You don't need to try to figure this out on your own, and that's why we're here to help. So that was the purpose of this episode.
Yeah.
We help gym owners win, guys. Hopefully you're staying safe and you're ready to kick some butt. Can't wait to reopen again. That's going to be happening hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
I feel like it's starting to.
The tide seemed to be shifting a little bit.
Finally. So depending on when you came into this podcast, I think this was again a great opportunity to kind of let everybody know what we're about, why you're here, and feel free to share it and leave us comments. Love to hear from you guys. So until next episode, keep changing lives. We'll see you. Bye.